What's up, Chris? How's it going, man? Oh, I can see you. Holy shit. I can see me now. Yeah, yeah.
Hi, I'm here. I'm going to mute myself while I'm on the phone for a second.
So, Annika, I can't hear. Um, so, Annika, I can't hear. Oh, I can. Cool. Nice. I feel like if you don't see a cat during a Zoom, it's a failure.
Okay. Are we waiting for more people to show up?
Travis will be on soon, as will Brad. Brad and Travis were just on the webcam call, and that was right before this, and the three of us have things that we want to share. Probably some of the same stuff that y'all want to talk about too.
Good.
Ah! Put your hat back on.
Oh, nice.
Prove it.
Where are we live?
Facebook.
What's the page on Facebook? Mm. I'll stay in the dark then. Since I haven't brushed my hair, teeth, or.
Just a treasure in the dark.
Hello.
I got pizza. So what things can I not do as we're live?
Hey, Brad, can you hear us?
Yes.
So Annika worked to be able to make us share this through YouTube. So we're broadcasting this live to YouTube right now, and I just posted something on the Open Neighbors group. So now we're able to share it live.
Sweat.
Hi.
Sounds
The other one.
Yeah, actually, Brad, Travis, and I each have things to share. Travis, you want to start off with the information kiosk or the art walk, I guess?
Sure. Art walk. Art walk canceled. No art walk this year. But we're going to explore some ways to hopefully promote artists through a virtual, maybe virtual art shows or something of that nature, where people can host an art show and have art for sale from local artists, and people will be able to bid online for them or whatever the format. But we're going to start that energy into that direction and fulfilling that.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Sometimes I feel like I should use more words, but I don't know.
Sounds good. Over and out.
And then you had information kiosks, and then emergency outhouses were split between you and Brad.
That's right. So from the meeting and the response yesterday and the talk about how the unhoused population probably doesn't have access to internet or up-to-date information aside from word of mouth or whatever their friends are doing. I think it'd be cool if we can come up with an informational kiosk that maybe has just a couple TV screens run by a Raspberry Pi in the neighborhood that can give real positive COVID information about how people can protect themselves, how to not spread things, maybe some actual the facts about it, and then maybe dispel some of the myths, and then also pair that up with lists of resources within our neighborhood that are still open and available, and places and people who are trying to help out, or different ways we can, say if we start giving food out to people, and we think this is where we do it and what time, or these are the bathrooms that we have available for the public use, and just a basic way to convey information to people who don't have access to all the things that everyone's doing.
Yeah, one thing.
One of my housemates just started working at Next Step, so I want to go talk to Next Step and see if maybe they can donate maybe the computer stuff. And I know a couple of techs. I'll try to talk to them and see if maybe we get them on board. It shouldn't take more than a week, I would think. Well, power would be a thing. Ideally, it could be enclosed and built into something to where people can't steal, take them off of, so they get vandalized, especially if it's with outdated computer components, to where, and be able to to tell people like where these things are, and this could also be a part of the map your neighborhood information can go on that as well. I just think it'd be a really cool thing to have that type of resource in our neighborhood that we could update with new information for the community. I don't think anybody else is doing that. So
I heard today that they've got a lot of sites for new like supervised camps where people who are homeless can shelter in place. But this would be a place where there's spaces available. We can let people know so that they're not on the street furniture out there.
Especially since there's that influx of people who like maybe like can't stand their parents and run away, and all of a sudden they're out there and like, oh shit, what do? I can't be out here. They give me a misdemeanor. Like, oh, where do I go? I don't know. It's always that transitional people. That's what I was thinking actually in my mind.
I was thinking that, the World Cafe isn't open for business except for takeout. And they have those windows right in front where usually people sit that are right on the sidewalk. I wonder if Bill would be willing to let us set something up there. Because it would be inside safety. Yeah.
Yeah. We could go together 6 feet apart.
We should just do it. We should just do it.
Right. Right.
Brad had something, and then I'll share afterwards.
I was just going to talk about the billboard. Is that where we're at?
No, not yet.
Yeah. So I was going to say that like it's $35 to grab this thing. It's called like a Chromecast, and so if we had like a TV somewhere, I have a super old laptop that I wouldn't want someone to steal, but if we had it somewhere safe, like the Red Barn, and use their Wi-Fi, we could plug that in to the TV and plug it into the laptop, and then send that way.
At the door, your doorbell's ringing.
Are you really live?
That's so funny.
Oh, Dan?
Let's see if I have.
Which wouldn't be hard to build. Right. I think there might. I wonder if there is power out there. I'll have to go look, because I think that sign in front of the Red Barn right there is lit up. So there has to be power out there. Yeah.
Loki.
Oh,
Yeah, Loki. Loki. Yeah.
What did you call him?
Ezekiel.
Yeah, Loki's great. We should definitely find a way to.
And then leading into, so that's one. That was one. All right. Now we're talking about billboards. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a thought we had. The billboard that's up at the old parking lot that we no longer have. They're probably not getting a whole lot of people coming looking to advertise their business that's just thriving right now. And they've in the past donated them for public service messages. So maybe we can work something out where we can get some funds from the city to pay for some artists to put up an interesting public service message that's useful. So I'll go dig out the owners of the thing and see if they're a go for that. And if they are, then we just have to fulfill our end. Yeah.
I would think we'd want to do some of the basic like symptoms to look for, how people proceed if they think they have it. We have the list of places they can go to get tested, supposedly. Yeah.
When I was talking with Brad with it, I think that we should think about the audience that we're trying to reach, what communication message we're trying to get across, and really just keep it super simple. I think it would be good to post the Lane County non-emergency line, because I don't think a lot of people know about it, and folks who don't have access to the internet may or may not have access to a phone. But if we just kept it simple and short and said, call this number, maybe people, I don't know if it's the right idea. As I'm talking aloud, I'm like, I don't know. I wish Anand was on the call. Dude, he must be like done.
Right.
Jason, I got a message from Jason too. Yeah. Yep. We gotta push back. I mean, you're the best person to push back on this thing, because it's like, it's fucking ridiculous, man. We can't wait. Uh-oh.
Actually, Chris,
I've been swallowed by a giant.
I was gonna leave it to Brad, but I'll say something afterwards.
I was going to say there is actually a use for hand washing stations where you don't have a restroom, like on the corner of 4th and Blair, where people are going to be going to the pot shop and they're going to be going to the grocery store. Like, wash your hands on your way in, wash your hands on your way out. We need people to wash their hands more often. It just gets that message across. So there is a call for more of those, even if we don't get, a porta potty every place there is one.
Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I walked through the neighborhood today, and I definitely saw an increase of human and dog feces just throughout the alleyways and the sidewalks. Just in a short walk. And we were discussing some of that with at Dubcat with Ian. It's kind of like bringing up a next point is, I don't know how far you got with the city as far as them bringing in some porta potties into the neighborhood. Get anywhere with that? Nowhere. So one of my ideas was, well, we need to do something, and whether we got to make just little boxes that hold like a box with a hole and a bucket for people to shit in the alleyway, I don't care, but like there needs to be a place for people to use the bathroom, and if they're not gonna, we need to do it. Like, yeah, it is.
Right.
Right. And I think also just the fact that like it's not a place to hang out and like get shelter from the rain or like use your drugs. It's a place to fucking take a shit and move the fuck on. And I think, well, yeah, that's unfortunate, and I think that's more by design because they have closing doors and a place for you to like be away from the eye of public. But obviously anybody who's fucking squatting in the alleyway is not worried about somebody looking at them taking a shit. I would prefer them to do it in a bucket than in the alleyway on the ground, where it's going to go into the drain water and the ground soil water, the ground soil. I mean, there's so many other.
Oh, I just wanted to ask Brad what his thoughts were on this, because he indicated today on a post that he didn't think we should even talk about it unless we were going to have a crew to clean them up. And I didn't think that we were getting into it on that level again.
Well, actually, I think we should do it, but I was just emphasizing to the broader community that it's going to take more than 3 of us unless somebody finds a way to clone Chris, because we're going to have to, when we do it, we're going to have to really do it, because we can't have it go.
It'd have to be a shit detail.
Well, the city has porta potties at the end of Polk Street, at 2 places at Skinnersby Park, and they're cleaning them 3 times a day. That's what they said. I don't know why they can't do that if they put them around the Whitaker.
Yeah.
Right.
They won't clear it. They won't touch it. They won't touch it. Yeah. Right.
Right.
I was thinking the
Oh,
same
God.
thing. I was thinking the
If
same
we-
thing.
What if we dig latrines? The city might think about it because they don't like
Well,
it.
that's still improper disposal. Um, but how much money do we have? I mean, can we just like do it and then be like, hey, city, you have to pay us this? Like, this is what.
Who's,
Right.
who's going to
So
empty
we have money to do this. We'd have to vote on it. Do we have a quorum? Can we actually hold a vote? Like at this point, no. We all we all have more time on our hands. We all have more time on our hands. Yeah.
Um,
I'll sacrifice the bathroom if I have to. I'll walk around.
I really like the idea of direct action, but I do think that we should draft the letter and have Kitty send it as well, talking about the need for hand washing stations, the need for porta potties, and the need for what was the words that we used last night? It was like hygienic shelter. Yeah. Because I mean, we're going to have to embarrass the city into action, and we can't be mean to them. We just have to say, we know that Brad suggested this. We know that you're busy, and because of the lower staff bandwidth, we're taking action to be able to remediate this, acting in good faith that our efforts will be reimbursed. And Rini today promised direction from the city, which hasn't come yet, saying that the city is going to have funds open up for neighborhood associations to do crisis communication for COVID. So hopefully, it's also gonna be funds to be able to do direct response, because I mean, yeah, I mean this is yeah, it's a public health crisis, man. I mean, yeah, you can't keep having this.
What? So, Brad, you heard something about setting up supervised camps. How soon do you think that's going to happen?
They're struggling to figure out, they have sites now, which they thought would be their shortage. Now they're struggling to figure out how to fund their staffing. So we'll know more within a couple days. I'm not on the inside of that loop.
Okay.
So would it be worth it if we approached foundations as the Whitaker Community Council and partnered with the city, or is that too complex to be able to navigate funding for city staff positions, or maybe we could be the ones hiring people?
Huh.
Because if we W-9'd people, that would be a lot easier than going through the city's bureaucracy, and it would be a lot cheaper too, because they wouldn't have to get the other personnel expenses covered, like Medicaid and PERS and all that stuff.
Well, these camps aren't going to be run by the city. These are going to be like, the shelter care, those organizations are going to run them just like they do now. The city may fund them, but the city's not going to directly employ anybody.
So they'll be contracting through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or another nonprofit or whatever. Yeah.
Actually, they said they've expanded. Hmm. Yeah. Huh.
So I updated the Whitaker Mutual Aid Network and the Whitaker Community Council page on Recovers. The one thing that I didn't do, and I saw the community update that you posted, Chris, what I didn't do is invite any organizations, but I think it's ready to go live. I'll reach out to the folks that I said I'd reach out to yesterday. Today was like a crazy day, so but yeah, I mean, it's ready. It's ready to go out in the world and get broken and have folks start posting.
Don't they have a front door at the Red Barn, like that's on Blair, that they could have it in the window there? That door that's not used to get into the deli section there? Because that's an idea too. If it were inside. Yeah, that's a good spot. Okay.
Right. Right. How many sandwich boards do you have? Two or three? So in our Dubcat meeting, I kind of made a proposal that maybe we could pay some artists to make some more sandwich boards so we could actually get them farther out into the neighborhood. Yeah, I know. Right. Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Right. Right. I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I think putting them up around like the Red Apple, where there's a lot of traffic, a lot of people coming and going, and Washington Jefferson Park, those kind of places where people are going to see them. I might have a bunch of those plastic covers. I might have a whole stack of them somewhere. I'll look. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think we should
No, they can't.
really more. I suppose. Sorry, emergency. Myth dispelling. Like take the myths. Like, oh yeah, like the bandana is gonna help you. Like, it's not gonna help you in the situation. Like,
That's a good idea.
just like some things that people are believing that really aren't true. Is just dispel these myths so
Good.
people can actually get onto the actual knowledge and education about viral disease and fucking how that stuff works. Right. Yeah. I know there's some good information out there. So
When Jason spoke the other night, he had specific places that people who are uninsured should go. Whitebird, Volunteers in Medicine, and the community health centers of Lane County. That if you don't have insurance, those are the places to go, and you're not necessarily going to get tested, because Lord knows nobody's getting tested, but they can steer you in the right direction.
Yeah, and more
And
and
if
more
people have insurance, they can go to Urgent Care Nova. They said that's a really good place to go. OHP or whatever.
Hey, Chris. Margaret Steinbaum, Brunn, sorry, Margaret, is on YouTube right now, and she says that she can't hear you. She can only hear parts of what you're saying. So you might need to be a little bit closer to the microphone. Yep. Yeah, Wednesday would be better for me. I've got the NLC meeting tomorrow, and yeah, I wanna save some time for working on stuff. I can get working on the letter to the city manager, the mayor, and council. I thought there was something else too. Are you going to reach out to the billboard guy?
I'll reach out. Yeah, and can someone contact Anand to make sure one thing we get on those sandwich boards is how people sign up for Oregon Health Plan? because as people are losing work, and some people are losing work where they had health insurance and now they're not going to, that'd be nice
Sure.
for people to know how to get on that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, fresh water access is a big thing too. You know, right? You know, and I don't know. Have we talked about has any movement happened on neighborhood mapping? I saw a little bit of stuff on Facebook about it. Yeah, because I think maybe one of the things incorporated in neighborhood mapping could be like people who are willing to give people water. You know, like you're not supposed to. I mean, your garden hose is non-potable, but if you have a certain type of hose, it's like a rubber hose, I believe. Yeah, food grade. Then you can actually give people potable water from your hose. So, yeah.
And I wonder if one of the places like Red Barn or World Cafe would let you hook up a hose outside and let you use water. Yeah.
Right. But, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, we don't know. They bought all the toilet paper. No.
Oh.
I don't know.
Not me.
Dennis Sandow might reach out for us because he dealt with them a lot semi-adversarially, but they developed a good relationship when he was dealing with the Lombard Street thing. He's not
Pete
retired yet. That's Pete Sorensen. We can try. He's a good guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're concerned neighbors. Like, we live in a neighborhood. We see it. We walk around.
Mhm.
Cool.
I'll work on putting some of the information together and have it explained.
I'll hit up Next Step and work on the kiosks, the informational kiosk. Cool. Yeah. I think there's a bunch float, like everybody has all these extra TVs. Like, TVs are not a shortage. Oh, where's your sports? What
Right.
happened to sports?
Oh, yeah. Gone.
It's all reminiscent sports now. Thank you.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Nationwide, yesterday was the first day with 100 deaths. And by the end of next week, we'll have our first day with 1,000 deaths. So yeah, it's going to get more real. Yeah.
Oh, the Recovers platform. We're ready. Totally. And I owe her a note, but I have her email address, and she sent me a message, so I'm a little behind on emails and stuff, and a little behind on work stuff, but I'll catch up. Yeah, I don't know where the tutorial is, but I'll find that and I'll send it to you. No, there's like a different tutorial for how to. What are you doing, Katie? Oh, okay. Uh, no, there's a different tutorial for creating and managing organizations. He's definitely.
I'm on. I'm on a phone. I only get 4 screens at once. I gotta. If I want to see Katie, I gotta move aside and move you guys out and move her in.
Do that?
So.
I found it, Annika. I'll send it to you right now. Yep, and I'll post the call-in details earlier this time. We just had 2 back to back, and I've been having some problems posting things earlier. Yep.
I probably will have to miss the Wednesday. I'll try to tune in later if I can catch it, but I may be in a clandestine operation. What was the word? Oh yeah. Definitely. Thank you. Candlestick makers. This is right.
Later, y'all.
Ah.